Okay. Hey, girl.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. I'm just chilling.
Yes. Okay, we letting a few more people come on in. Love your hair.
Thank you. I see a pimple just entered the chat.
Ooh.
Oh
Hello.
no. No, it's okay. I barely get pimples or anything. I really.
So we're just it's gonna go away. I just came to say hi.
Yeah,
It's
it
gonna be
is what it is.
that.
Yeah.
Okay, y'all. Hey, y'all. We're gonna get started. We got a few people in the room. My name is Denise Ward, and I am the chair of the HSPVA Black Alumni Network. I'm also a Vocal 2012 alum, and I am joined by Peyton, class of 2015 Vocal, and this is What I Wish I Knew: Life After HSPVA. This is a conversation series where we talk with PVA alums about their post PVA experience and how their time at HSPVA influenced who they are today. And so I am so happy to be joined by Peyton. Girl, get the filter right. Get it together. Yes.
I just didn't.
Ooh, we got a technical difficulty. Come on, Peyton. Where we at?
Okay.
Hey, girl.
No, it was my first time trying that out, and I felt like such a grandma. Sorry.
Girl, I didn't even know. And now you can do like uh multiple people, like more than two people, and you can do the
What?
filters.
Oh,
And,
actually, I knew that, and I found that out last time because it was my first time doing like a shared live, and
ah.
yeah.
And you can go in like a room. I'm like, okay, I get this.
What? That's crazy. That's kind of like Zoom. I think you can do that, or is that Google
It's
Meet? I don't know.
technology.
Whatever.
It is
That's cool.
definitely technology. Do you
That's
hear a
cool.
little bit of a playback? I hear something, but I'm not sure if you hear it too. It's
Nah,
like an
here
echo.
none.
Y'all hear echo? Let us know in the comments. If not, it could just be me. But yeah, we'll get started. So I'm not sure if you've seen any of the previous conversations, but we do a game, and it's called Up to 10.
Ooh.
So it's a trivia game. It's all PVA trivia. Oh, somebody said they hear it. Oh, Peyton.
Is it me?
What you got me on? You got me on the, well, of course it's on speaker. It's your phone.
Yeah. I mean, I'm on my charger. I don't know if that like
It
makes a
might be the
difference.
charger.
Okay, let me take it out. I hope that did something. You guys,
Can you,
let me
do y'all
know.
hear it still? Hey, do we hear the echo? Oh, I hear it a little bit.
Yes, there.
It's
I don't know
okay.
what to do. Okay.
It's okay. Y'all can still hear us, and we will speak clearly, and it'll be fine. Uh, so we'll get started with the game. And you have 60 seconds to answer up to 10 questions. You got to beat eight. Oh, it may be the AirPods. Let me see if you hear without my AirPods.
Maybe.
So it's my fault. Can y'all still hear it?
Okay, because I was gonna say maybe I need to put in mine. Actually, I have Raycons.
You have
I lost my
Raycon.
AirPods. Yeah, I lost my AirPods, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna support Ray J. I want to just check this out more than AirPods. Like it's just
Oh wait, Ray J's
honestly,
Ray Pop. Those are his Ray Pop, like the
yes,
the
those
earphones he
are
makes.
his. Yeah,
Oh, it's
it's
perfect now. So they said it's me. So never mind.
ah
It was
shoot.
definitely me. So
Okay,
okay, let's get into it.
cool.
So you have to beat Caitlin Dunn, and she got 7.
Oh
So
shoot,
you gotta be
that's too
7.
much pressure. Okay, okay.
You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay. Who was the principal of PVA when you attended?
Uh, tra- Trout, or was he? Oh, sorry, Dr. Allen.
What are the school
My
colors?
bad. Um, gray, red, and was it just gray and red?
Yes. Name 2 famous alumni.
Uh, Beyonce and Robert Glasper.
Name two shows, recitals, or showcases that you did at PVA.
The Wiz and my senior recital.
Name four of your high school friends.
um, Essence Green, Paloma Pinto, um, let's see, Ty McKinnon, and
Ooh.
Kaylin Dunn.
So.
Okay.
You
I hope
got
they
a.
count.
You got
I
the
did it
five.
right on the beat.
You
I answered
did.
right on the beat,
You got
though.
five. I'll give you
Okay.
five.
Shoot.
It's okay. You know,
I didn't know it was timed. How much time did I have?
60 seconds.
Oh, you sure did say that.
It's
Shoot.
okay.
I want a
So,
rematch.
just so our viewers, our latecomers know, you are a vocal class of 2015 alum, and you went on to college, and you went on to, where did you go?
So I started off at HCC, and after I got my associate's degree, I transferred to HBU, and I actually just graduated this past December. So
Yes.
finished.
Finish. You are done. Congratulations.
Done.
And so, what are you
Thank
doing
you.
now? Let us know what you're doing now.
Right now, I'm literally doing the same thing I've been doing since my senior year of high school, which is, trying to sing professionally. At this point, I am singing professionally.
Mm-hmm.
I've been recording since I was like almost 17 and been doing that since. I mean, I signed to Stone's Throw when I was, how was I, like maybe 20 or 21. So that was like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
I've been able to open for some notable acts. I've been shooting videos. I've been doing shows.
You've been doing the thing. You have
I've
been doing.
been getting placements on
Yeah.
TV shows. A lot of cool
What are these
stuff.
TV shows? Let us know what these TV shows are.
Insecure.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So you're
Yeah, and more to come this year. More
yes.
to come.
Exciting. Okay, so
Super.
take us back a little bit to how you got your start. What's your background? Where you do have a very musical background and upbringing. So bring us up to speed, kind of, elementary through high school, getting to PVA.
Well, I would say definitely it started before I even remember talking or anything. I was always singing. I mean, I
Mm.
was I was in a household where music was definitely appreciated on both sides of my family, both my mother and my father. And I would say my father's side of the family, they were more so musicians. My mom's side of the family were just music lovers.
Mm.
And so I just naturally gravitated towards it because I was just always around it, and I was naturally inclined to just do music. And my grandmother, who was um, very was considered to be to this day a legend and a gospel giant. She definitely noticed my talent right away and just did everything she could to make sure I was the best. So, of course, I was heavily in my church doing music because the church that they established, it was very centered around music.
Mm-hmm.
So I was doing music there. I was singing and listening to a lot of music at home. Everywhere I went, I was just being introduced to different genres and things like that. And then I ended up going to Parker, which is a magnet school for music. It's one of the best, won so many awards. So my grandma actually taught there
Yes.
too, and she taught piano. She was actually a piano master, and so she was like the bomb. So she made sure I was on track, and I didn't do I didn't go in the typical like path of going to Parker and then going to Johnston. Oh, well, it's called Maryland now, and then going to PVA. I don't know. I just wanted to be different, and I was like, all my friends are going there. I want to meet new people, and you know, people, when I ended up going to Pershing, people were
Mm.
like, what are you doing? You're not even going to get into PVA. Like, you're messing up the order. I was
Yeah.
like, nah, I'm going to get in. And I did. And so just everything was set up so I could be in the position that I'm in now. I mean, even when I ended up going to Pershing, which I think is considered to be like a math magnet or a science magnet school or both,
Mhm.
you know, my grandma, she was kind of pissed I didn't go to Johnson, but, you know, my parents just wanted to let me experience something new. And, you know, my grandma made sure I was in all the lessons, piano, violin, voice. So, because she was like, you know, you're definitely going to get into BVA, because that's the school I wanted to go to since I was like 5. Like, especially my violin instructor at Parker, her husband,
So
Mr.
you play
Carpicki.
violin too.
Yeah, I've been playing violin since I was 5. So at Parker, I was studying both violin and voice. But my violin teacher, Miss Karpicki, who taught at Parker for so many years, her husband, Mr. Karpicki, was at PVA and taught orchestra there. So that's how I first heard of the school, and I was like, I thought it was so cool, and so I went to all the camps when they offered it. But I think it was only like for orchestra or only instrumental. So I did that, and I was like, yeah, I love
Hmm.
this school. I have to go. um,
So that's how
so
you got
I
to
went. Yeah.
PVA.
Yes.
Yes. So tell us, when you think of PVA, what are like the first things that come to mind?
I think of PVA loves to party.
God.
No, I think of the Commons. Um, I just think of like random teachers like that I've had throughout my time. I of course think of the legend Miss Bonner. I actually ran into her a month ago at Freebirds, and of course she
Uh,
had on her uniform, and she had her little bumper sticker on. And she was like, "Oh, I just left." She was like, "I just left PVA. I was dropping something off." Like she could not stay away.
she's never
Um,
leaving. She's never.
she, she will not leave. But so those things. Let me see. Just all the amazing productions and all the people there. They were quadruple threat, you know. So it was very. It could be intimidating, but it only made me want to be better.
Yeah.
Um,
I
so
can't even
yeah.
believe you were there for PVA Likes the Party. You were there at that time.
Yeah, I was a freshman, you know, I was here last year. And it was so funny because, like, after you did that, like, everyone was singing it. Like, I mean, for years, people would sing it. I
Oh.
mean, of course, you know, BPVA, you know, we always remember.
Yes, we always remember, just like the Northwest. PVA always remembers. Yes. Okay. So, um, you've graduated. What are some moments, like what is a very vivid moment or memory that you have where it was like, oh, this is the real world. Like I'm not at PVA anymore. This is life.
Hmm. I would say when I got to HCC and I was in the music program, and this is so minor, but
Hmm.
you know, from jump, I mean, not even in at PVA, like all the schools I went to, we had all the basis, like the fundamentals of, like, you know how to read music, this is the proper etiquette, all of these things. You know, I've been like training since I was young, and those were all the things that I was taught. And going into an environment like HCC, it's all different types of people from all different levels of education, you know, and something as simple as, you know, I'm going to ensemble, and, you know, no one has a pencil or they have a pen, and I'm like, whoa, you know. So it's like stuff like that. But
It's not that's I don't even think that's minor. So many of us experience that, like
okay.
when you leave and go to college and like you said, you just sitting in class and like, y'all ain't prepared. We couldn't come up in class if we weren't prepared. Then you
Yeah, you feel like you get kicked out or something like that. You get kicked out the class if you didn't have no pencil.
I know. But that just it goes to show what we get there and what we got there.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
so
it helped me, be very professional in like all settings that I'm in, and just
exactly.
know,
So
how
that's
to switch it, or you know.
right. That's leeway into my next question, which is, what's something that stayed with you after you graduated? Like something that you still resort back to, and it's because you got it from PVA.
I would say mostly professionalism. I mean, especially, we were learning that so young, and I think that's very important. A lot of those things people don't learn until they're in their 20s or 30s or something
Mm-hmm.
like that. And I feel like, I was 14 or 13 going into PVA, and I was learning all these things of, how you talk to people in these settings, and what you should say and what you shouldn't say. So that definitely stuck with me.
Wow. Yeah. So we have some questions from some students. And so
Ooh. And
the
I think
first,
I saw my little cousin in the
hey
live.
cousin.
She actually this is her first year. She's in orchestra.
Well, hey
Yeah.
girl.
She's super talented. She's
Yes.
way better than me in violin right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
That's
She's
good.
really
We love
good.
to have, yes, all the Black girls in orchestra. We love that. So what are some things that you've done or wish you would have done at my age, she's 15, that helped you get to where you are today?
Can you repeat that?
What are some things you've done or wish you would have done at my age that helped you get to where you are today?
I would say not being afraid to show all of what I have, and
Mm,
because I heard it throughout my whole life, you have to go full out, and I think it was just so many times where my anxiety got the best of me, and I didn't want to give or showcase all of what I had, or make a joke of it. And it only, when you don't go full out, I mean, you don't do good,
right.
so I had to learn that and kind of put that aside, and learn to just like work through the adrenaline and look at it more like a positive thing versus
Hmm.
being a negative thing.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Because I think that really, like, that's why I feel like I wasn't involved as much as I could have been during my time there. Aside from like other things I was experiencing, like at
Hmm.
home and things like that, it's like that if I would have, been like, actually, I'm really good. I deserve to be here. I need to show people I deserve to be here.
Right.
If I did that, but life goes on, and you can always redeem yourself. But why not start now? Because you can have all the practice that
Exactly.
that you can.
That's good. So, the next question, what should I look out for in the music business? Are there things I should be avoiding or things that I should be going to? Do you also know any kinds of jobs that I should start looking for in performing?
I would say the main thing is just to like really have a understanding of who you are, and um, don't do anything that you think is weird. If it's weird, like, just listen to yourself. Your intuition is usually right.
Hmm.
Um, and yeah, that's a big thing, just knowing who you are, because if you don't, like, you get caught up in something very weird, or you could,
Yeah,
so it's really good to, be like, this is who I am, this is what I won't do, this is what I will do. Of course, you can be open-minded and like not be like, oh, I'll never do this, but it's certain things, that don't align with your morals, or
your
you know
value. Yeah.
yeah. So I think that's the most important thing. If you remember that, or keep that like a constant thought, then you can avoid a lot. I mean, I haven't ran into much because of that, or I've avoided a lot because of that.
Mm,
And I feel like I am respected amongst people for that, because I'm like, but I've always been like that since forever. Like I don't do things that make me feel uncomfortable, like, or that I don't think is right. Now you can step out of the box and, step out of your comfort zone, but it can't go against your morals.
Do you also find that the people that you keep around you keep you grounded in a way, and also maybe not, they don't necessarily tell you what to do, but they are people you can lean on when there are situations where you may not necessarily know, like for sure, or be certain of if that's how you want to proceed or do.
Yes, definitely. I feel like I have a lot of friends and a lot of family members who, their morals align with mine and they have common sense. And they can tell me, like, if I'm unsure about something, I can talk to them about it and they'll be like, no, I think you're right. You shouldn't do this. Or, nah, I don't think you should do this.
Yeah.
And I forgot to answer the other part of the question. As far as in jobs, I would just say, when it comes to performing, just, I guess, kind of create your own avenue. That's what I did. I found it like-minded people, and began performing wherever I could, and uh,
And you were
then the
doing that
audience came.
young. Like
Yeah, I was doing shows like every Saturday, like
yeah, but if the
senior
opportunity
year.
is there, create it for yourself.
Yeah,
Somebody will come. Your mama will come or something, but
and my mom, she was there every show, basically.
yeah, we love supportive mamas. Yes.
Yes.
So, tell me a little bit more about what's next. So, we have an album coming out. You're releasing videos. So what should we be looking forward to?
I would say, as you mentioned, my album's coming out July 23rd. I just released a single on the 19th called Let It Flow. You can find it on my page. It's streaming everywhere. It's on Stone's Throw because that's the label I'm signed to. It's on their page. You can find it pretty much anywhere. I have another single coming out in June. I'm really excited about that. Honestly, I forgot the date. I don't want to say the wrong date, but it's like probably mid-June. And but for sure, my album is on the 23rd of July, and I'm pretty sure I'm having a release party. I'm already in the works of like practicing to do like a live release, which is gonna be
Ooh,
awesome. And I have a lot of stuff in the works that are still getting solidified, or things that maybe I shouldn't say just yet. But if everyone can just follow me on Instagram
yeah.
or just on
Give
my
them the
social media,
at.
and
Give
you'll
them where to
see.
find you. At
So
Peyton.
my at is at Peyton, Peyton, and you'll find me. And I post frequently, so you'll see what I'm up to.
And I saw you had a very exciting feature on James's new album, Love
Yes.
Song, another PVA alum. So I love that even though we graduate and even we're creative people, so we still collaborate with each other, even though it may not be in the
Yes.
practice room, it's in the studio. So yeah,
Yes, and honestly, I think that is just so awesome, and I often think about that, how it's just amazing. Everyone's doing something incredible, even if they don't go for their art, because some people study dance and they end up being like a chemist or something like that, but
yeah,
they're always excelling on another level, and I think that's amazing, and I love continuing to connect with people, especially people who are still doing their art, and you can collaborate with them, and it's awesome.
yes. Well, I have no more questions unless you have any other last sentiments you want to let the people know.
Hmm.
She
I
good.
just want
Follow her.
Yes, follow me. I was just gonna state again for anyone watching who is currently at PVA, just don't forget to give your all, give your best, go full out. I mean, because
Yeah.
if you don't, you'll regret it.
And you only get 4 years. So
Yeah.
Make it count.
Yes, but I don't know if you guys have more questions for me, you can also put it in the chat. But
Yeah. Do we have any questions?
and I think there's like a little like question box, like a.
Let's do that.
I
Oh,
think
they
so.
said there's no questions yet. I see some familiar people in here. Oh,
Yes.
I saw Sterling said, okay, hey, Sterling.
Hey Sterling.
Hey, Daniel Boyd. Oh, we don't have any questions. If we don't get a question in like a minute, then.
My mom was. I'm sure she's still watching, but she said something.
Hey, Mom. Someone said, big gangster Peyton royalness. I'm here for it.
Who said that?
Let's see. A Lonely the Real. I don't know who that
Oh
is.
my god, big
Hello,
gangsta.
all. Sending love from Gary, Indiana. Isn't
Wow,
that
so
Michael
sweet.
Jackson?
Thanks for tuning
Oh, we
in.
got a question.
Yes.
That's your mom. Your mom was like, yes, I am here. Okay. Oh, wow. Hey, Sterling. You got to come on down to Houston.
Sterling, what's his app?
He's the Black Franz List. That is Sterling.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yes. Very indicative of Sterling. Oh, he said he coming in August. Okay, we're gonna see you. We might have
That's my birthday month.
a few things in the works on the Black alumni side. We may be having some outings in August. So
Are you serious?
I mean,
Amazing.
outside is opening back up. It's about time. You know,
Might
we've been
as
doing a
well.
little bit,
Yeah.
you know, virtual
It's
stuff, but
time.
Smitty says, I love your music, Peyton.
Who says that? Oh, thank you so much. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it.
Come on, fans. I was listening to before I got on here, my favorite song by you is Honey, of course.
A
Um
good one. Thanks.
it's a but I was listening to the Steve Lacy track also.
Yeah. A lot of people like that one. It's crazy because I made that one when I was 17, but I
Mm.
finally got the rights to it and I put it on all streaming just last year. But it's crazy if you go on SoundCloud. That was like my second single, and like when I recently looked, and I think it was like a million plays. I just thought that was super cool. That I
Wow.
made that song when I was 17, and it's still something that people really enjoy.
Yeah. Shoot, SoundCloud. I remember that. SoundCloud was an
That
era.
was that was the era for sure. I think it's kind of starting to come back a little bit
Mm-hmm. People getting tired of like bring it
of
back.
Apple.
Apple Music and all the other things.
I mean, yeah, because Apple, to be honest, I prefer, as a listener, I prefer Spotify a bit more just because they curate things, for the listener.
Better. Their playlists are always better.
Apple's trying because so many people complained, but I don't think Spotify is definitely better.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, Hannah Jones.
Yeah, because I remember I signed up for Apple. I think I signed up for Apple to do something because I think it was around the time it was some artists they were like, "Oh, I'm only gonna stream this on Apple or something like
Mm-hmm.
that." And so I signed up for Apple, and they were like, "Tell us what artists you like to listen to," and they had me like click bubbles of genres I liked or something,
Mm-hmm.
and then after I did that, it was still showing me whatever was the top 10 songs on Billboard. I was like, why did you ask me that?
Somebody said, following you since Milky Wave. That was a moment as well.
Yeah.
Um, Sterling said, which one is better as an artist, Spotify, Apple, or Tidal?
I believe that Apple as an artist is better. I think they give more coins.
Mm.
I think it's either Apple or Tidal. I think they're pretty close, but Spotify they're still giving like 0.0043 like of a penny. And that's not
I
even like,
don't just
that's
think that's
legit.
like,
Like they're actually doing that.
wow.
it's it's unfortunate. But
So
that's
what's the
why a lot of
best
artists say,
way to
hmm?
support artists? What is the best way to give artists money?
Well, well, I would say like obviously buying merch. I actually have no merch out now, but I do have records that you can find on my site or on stonesthrow.com. I think my site is still running. If it is, it's so ghetto. Sorry. It's it's literally it's Peyton.com. But you can find some stuff on there. You can find my vinyls on Stone's Throw, and I'll have merch I think this year. But obviously, merch, continue to stream because then people will be more likely to book an artist. And that's where artists make most of their money, through touring and doing
Mm-hmm.
shows and stuff like that. And then also now, which is cool, on Spotify, you can link your Cash App or your PayPal or something like that.
Oh,
So like randomly people will just send me $20, which is
okay,
really cool.
okay.
And then, sometimes I just be putting my PayPal in my bio. So, and a lot of artists are doing that now. So don't hesitate to go on your favorite artist page and just see what they have up, and, if whether it's merch or whatever,
And Twitter,
to
I think
support.
you also do that on Twitter. You can
Yeah.
tip on Twitter. So
Yeah,
it
I
depends.
haven't tried that yet, but it's some fairly new. I have to learn more about it, but yeah, you can.
We have a question. Do you have advice for overcoming anxiety when it comes to sharing your work with others?
Hmm. I would just say have well, yeah, I would just say like find confidence in what you do, and I think that's the first thing. And once you do that, then showing others will be quite easy. And even if they're like, oh, this is weird, I don't like it, then you can be like, oh, okay, because art is subjective anyway, and if you like it,
That's what
that's
matters.
cool. That's all that matters. So
Yeah.
I would say first thing is just find confidence in what you do, and and you'll be good.
Okay. Do we have any more questions, y'all? I can drop them in the chat. What has been the biggest hurdle you have had to overcome since graduating from PVA?
That is a good question. Um, it might not be the answer that people are expecting, but I felt like once I left, I mean, because I think about, there were people who really thrived at PVA, and for me, I didn't. Like, I was
Mm.
very much so under a rock. So I would say, like, because, while I was at school, I was dealing with being scared to be seen. And then I was also like, I had different illnesses in my family. So I was dealing with that. I would say, like, once I left, it was more things opening up for me, and I started being more accepting of myself and just of a lot of things. So actually, it was kind of like a breakthrough after the fact, and I just used everything that I learned and just took it with me in
Yeah.
that openness.
Because you were still taking note, I would think, like, even though you may not
Yes.
necessarily been the person singing at all the happenings or doing all the, stuff, you still were, see, that knowledge was still seeping into you and it doesn't leave you, as we
Right.
talked about. So, yeah.
Yes. So,
But there,
like, I didn't experience any, like, culture shock moments. I mean, kind of with the, when it came to the etiquette and stuff like that, but it wasn't anything like, it wasn't anything too bad. I can say I was in some good environments. Um, yeah. Only thing I will say is when I went to HBU, it was very different because everyone there They wanted to either sing classically,
Mm.
be an opera, sing opera, or they wanted to be like a leader at like a mega church or something like that,
Ah,
and I wasn't doing that. So I felt like that was definitely like a disconnect. Like, I was accepting of everyone, but it was always this underlining passiveness towards me, or, you know,
yeah.
trying to make it seem like I wasn't there or something like that. But other than that, yeah,
What
I guess that
happened?
was a hurdle. But I didn't care. I was just like, I took note, and I was like, even if you ignore me, I know I'm cool. So bye.
It happens sometimes at PWIs. I'll say that it can be very easy to fall, not necessarily in between the cracks, but for people to overlook you. But that's a whole nother conversation. Somebody asked, how does one reach out to you for a possible feature?
You DM me. I answer everybody. And obviously, I have to hear what you make. I don't just say yes, but I like to listen first, and then we
Not an
go from
automatic
there.
yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We got another. Who was your most influential teacher at PVA?
Miss Bonner, hands down. I would say any black teacher I had definitely made a huge impact on me, and I'm fortunate to say I had a handful of black women teachers throughout my life.
That's
Um,
great.
but it's things that conversations I've had with Miss Bonner, and like situations I've had with her that I think about to this day, and she definitely taught me a lot. And it's not even all the times the things that she said. It's just like being in the environment or the presence of her just taught me a lot.
Right. Patty B. She is
Petty
like,
B.
and she still looks out for her students. We're forever her
Because
students.
she thinks, like, right, it's like we're still her students. No
Like, and
matter
she
what you're doing, she'll just talk to you like you in the hallway.
for real. And if you're not coming correct, she will tell you. You can be 35, 40,
She's
and
like,
she
you
will.
have not emailed me, you have not called me in a couple of years. She don't play.
Mm. So I have one final question.
Okay.
And I just thought of it, but I was like, I feel like we've had this conversation privately. So because this is the Black Alumni Network,
Yeah.
and you mentioned, BPVA, which is Black PVA. What does that mean to you? What did the Black PVA experience mean?
This is going to be controversial, but in my opinion, I created the term. Just to put that out there.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if you guys were already saying it, but I feel like I was the first person to start saying that when I was in like a junior. And but what it means to me, it was that the question, what it means to me. Like I feel like we were just a family, to be honest. I mean, there were moments where I felt like I I didn't have you know, I don't know. That's just what any type of person, like some people just don't really mess with you like that, but we're still family.
Right. That's very true.
And like I feel like as even as years go on, I feel closer and closer to our community. And I'm so grateful for this network because I feel even closer to everyone, especially, those who came before me, and I'm able to connect with them. And I think that's awesome. I just feel like someone always has my back, someone always supports me.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's all you can ask for. I always grew up in an environment where I had a community, a village, and I feel like that's important for life. Like you need something
Mm-hmm.
like that. Um, so I'm just grateful.
Yes, reach one, two. We reach back. Also, that's why we, do
Yes.
this, have this conversation series, not just
Yeah.
for alums at every stage, but also so that the students can see, like, yo, I was you 10
Yeah.
years ago, and this is how I navigated that.
Yes, and I just think that is so amazing. Yeah, I can't say that enough.
Well, yes, I'm so excited that we were able to spend this time today. I'm excited for what you got coming up. So, we will be promoting that as much as possible. I want to invite everybody to see the next conversation, which will be our last one of this season, I guess. Dr. Seth Parker Woods, who is instrumental class of 2003. He will be on June 8th at 6 p.m. And thanks everybody for joining. If you're not following
Thank
Peyton, make
you.
sure you follow her. We're going to keep this up on our social media pages and YouTube pages for anyone who wants to look at it again. And make sure you're also following HSPVA Black Alumni Network on all of our social media platforms as well. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you, Peyton, so much.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you, everyone.
Yes. Bye, y'all.
Bye.